Bullshit.
It's the No BS Marketing Show. I'm Dave Mastovich, CEO and founder of Mass Solutions, the world's only no bullshit marketing agency. It's natural to look at sales, call reports, closing ratios, and customer-related metrics on a regular basis. But it's also important to remember that who you market to is different than who you sell to. One example are your employees. You might not sell to your employees, but your employees are a key target market. They impact your brand and your sales. Yet most companies don't focus on employees with their storytelling as much as they do with their customer target audiences. Think about this. We spend about a third of our lives working, often more than a third of our lives working, since we also spend almost a third of our lives sleeping or attempting to sleep. We now only have about a third of our life left to spend on the stuff we love, being with family, friends, our personal passions. So when we get together during those fun things, and we get together at social events, holidays with the families, going to concerts, sporting event when we can, what do we talk about? Well, a third of our life is spent sleeping or attempting to sleep, so we definitely talk about that a lot, right? I mean, most conversations I hear in social settings usually go like this. Hey, last night I went to bed at 10:30 and I fell asleep around 10:45. Then I got up at 6:30 the next morning. It was exciting. How was your sleep last night? No, that's not what we talk about when we're with family and friends and doing the fun stuff. We've been trained to be humble. So we do spend a little bit of time talking about our friends, our family, our passions. But we certainly don't talk about the other third, sleeping. So that leaves us to inevitably start talking about what we do, the other 1/3 of our lives. Employees are going to talk and tell stories about where they work. That's why you need to educate and motivate employees so the marketing-oriented ones can help your cause and the average to below average ones have a neutral rather than negative impact on your marketing, storytelling, and branding. If you're not developing clear employee marketing campaigns, B2E marketing and storytelling, you risk the dissemination of misinformation. You want to provide them as much information as possible so they can tell the real story rather than an inaccurate one. Remember, if you don't provide a clear story, they'll make one up. Referral sources are another key group which proves who you market to is different than who you sell to. You don't sell to your referral sources, your centers of influence. I'm not talking, though, about just healthcare, where referral sources is a common phrase and it's known that that's how you get all of your patients. I'm talking about whether you're business to consumer, B2C, or business to other businesses, B2B, you still have referral sources, centers of influence, or influencers who can make or break your image and your sales numbers. Make referral sources a clear target market. I've found most companies don't do this or don't do it well. Track referral sources diligently, time and time again. We hear this. We know who our referral sources are. Okay. Then we dig into it and we want to map it out and talk about it and look at who those referral sources are and how often it happens and how they're talked to. And then we hear this follow-up. First we hear, we know who our referral sources are. Then we hear, well, I guess we need to track this better. Also, ask current customers for referrals. Again, most companies don't do this as well as they can or as systematically as they should. Ask vendors and strategic partners if they refer to you and why or why not. Tough questions and tough to hear the answers sometimes, but still worth asking. Listen and adjust. Then market your message to your referral source target market. Tell your referral source story to them again and again. Employees and referral sources are two key target markets that you might not sell to, but you still need to reach and influence. Remember, who you market to is different than who you sell to. Thanks for listening to another episode of the No BS Marketing Show, recorded here in Massolutions studio in bold, beautiful downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Remember, ask yourself, what's the big idea? And build your story around the answer. It's all about bold solutions, no BS.